Hey guys, how are you all? Welcome to another weekly tarot message for everyone for the week of Monday the 10th to Sunday the 16th of October. I just had to count there. I'm always having to do that, guys. It's so crazy. So we are easing into the second week of October. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that October is going to be very fast. Because we're moving into the second week already. So it just feels like it's going to be this month is going to just move very fast. It's going to move very wild. And who knows why? Okay, who knows why? So how has your week been? What have you guys been up to? What have you discovered anything? Have you learned anything? How has Libra season been for you already? So, as you guys know, before I talk about the planet messages with the tarot cards, I pulled out some general tarot cards for the week ahead for all of us. And the cards that have came out, it seems like it's going to be a very life-changing week, extremely life-changing. Like I said before, going into the second week of October, we are more or less in eclipse season. We're coming into eclipse season because the week after is going to be the solar eclipse in Scorpio, which I am going to put up a full video, so listen out for that on my YouTube. So this week, the tarot cards, very extremely life-changing, and I'll tell you why. Because we have the Devil, the Empress, and the High Priestess. Now these cards are the major arcana, and I call them the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're the Wheel of Fortune, but I call them the major life-changing cards. It's like eclipse cards, definitely eclipse cards. And it's very rare actually that I've pulled out these cards, don't you think, guys? So we have the Devil. The first message is from the Devil, and it's a Capricorn card. So we're basically dealing with Capricorn energy, Taurus energy, and Cancer energy. So it's earth energy we're dealing with. This is a grounded, earthy week with underlying messages. So the first message is from the Devil, Capricorn. And it is about dependency, what we are chained to, what we hold on to. So it's saying this week is a great week to be breaking free of anything more or less what you're chained to. Changing like your mind, trying to change your mind thoughts. We are in Libra season, which is about communicating. So there may be things that a lot of us are holding on to with our emotions. And it's because we feel generally comfortable in it, but I feel that there is some fire in our belly, and that just means that you need to let something out, you need to let something go. So by all means, if you've got something to say, let it out. There also feels like there's a cautiousness coming towards this week, because it's like you don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. But the fire in our belly is gonna be like our main starting point of letting it out, letting it go. And it's not about not being afraid. It's just, there's nothing wrong also with being cautious. It's just that sometimes when we just leave things or bring things down or try to push things down, it will come out eventually. So letting things out, which can actually help us let things go. The Empress card, the Empress Taurus card. And it's funny we got this card because we have, we're moved into eclipse, which is going to be in Taurus's opposite. So the Empress, beautiful card. It does represent stability, groundedness. It's self-care. And also development of projects. There's things that we can also feel this week that what comes to my mind is Mother Nature. Okay, that's what's coming to my mind, real Mother Nature. being with one, being with your heart, being with the earth, connecting, also grounding, taking care, having these nice luxurious baths. Every day anyway, we should be doing some self-care. So the Empress card is reminding us to connect to our heart, connect to our senses, whether it's through food, love as well, creativity, but also for ourselves. And also she's asking us, how do we feel as well? How do we really feel? Are we being like our authentic self? How are we grounding ourselves? How are we treating ourselves? How are we treating our body? Are you just doing the mundane things? Because even if we go back to the Devil card, it's like we're going through like these motions of doing the same thing. And now we are in Earth's sensual energy. So you guys, some of you guys may be very feeling more, because once you work with the Devil, you move to the Empress. It's like, okay, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to emote. I no longer feel that I have to be this person or these people. This is what I feel to say, and I'm going to show it. So our hearts definitely are going to be very warmed as well. Okay, this is actually a great thing to warm up our hearts. And then we go to the High Priestess, and the High Priestess again is a Cancer card. She's just saying that, once we've worked with these, the two energies is of intuition, and she's about the unseen. Okay, so we're going to be more, even going from the Empress to the High Priestess, these cards are about intuition. One's in a grounded way, one's in an emotional way. So whatever we see is whatever we're feeling, not seeing, whatever we're feeling is actually real. So it's great that we are going to be grounded, because we're going to be needing that groundedness to see the mysteries of what's not being said. There can be lots of secrets that come out. We ourselves could be keeping these secrets, but we can also be hearing secrets. We can be discovering secrets, but also discovering some hidden things within ourselves as well. So it does feel very much an important time this week, when we are going to be discovering things. But also this card is about instincts, trusting our instincts, knowing that wherever you're walking or wherever you're going, if it's the right place for people to be around, really trust it. Okay, don't think that we have to stay in the mundane, and because it actually feels good, it feels comfortable. Listen to our instincts. So these cards this week are very beautiful guides that we obviously have to release. We have to take care and nurture ourselves, but we also have to trust our instincts. And I also feel another thing is that I feel that some people will just come to you. They'll just come to you and just start talking. And I feel that a lot of us will actually learn a lot from what we're hearing and we're also seeing as well, which actually can help boost. It boosts our vibration, but it also boosts creativity. It boosts a lot, but it can boost our intuition as well. Okay, so that is the general message for the collective, and let's get to the tarot with the planet messages. So the first planet messages that we have for this week is, there's 3 planet messages. It's from the 11th, Tuesday the 11th, Wednesday the 12th, Thursday the 14th. These are 4 planet messages that we have, and that's more or less it until next week when it gets very busy. So from Tuesday we have the Sun in Libra. It trines Saturn, with the Page of Wands. This is great, guys. This is great. Actually, the energy feels really good from Tuesday, because when the Sun trines Saturn, it feels like there's a lot of stuff. This brings, like, when I say a lot of stuff, The sun is about achievement, okay, and it's also how we shine. So if you're like got Libra heavy in your chart, a lot of you can actually really shine now, and it actually could be for the long haul. This energy is about achieving things for the long term. This is not a short-term thing. It's very much for the long term. And it's it's goals as well. So if you're very, guys, me and creativity, we're best friends. So if you're very creative, or if you're wanting to do something, whether it's creative or whether it's something to do at work, whether it's business, anything, you're more likely to stick to it. You're more likely to have that self-determination and that push to push things forward. And this does mean in all areas of your life. If you want to commit in a big way, know that this is the day to do it, okay? So achieving goals, you could meet people that can actually help you. And these people could be older. So don't discard the older generation, guys. They have a lot of wisdom that you or we ourselves can actually learn from. So yeah, someone older can actually help you. They can mentor you. And yeah, so even if you're being pushed, because this is a chance that there can be a lot of recognition, promotions. So if with promotions and all that comes responsibilities, but some of you may not mind it. It's like, okay, I've worked towards this and now I've got it. I don't mind, just throw things at me. Not in a take the piss way. It's just like, I'm down with this. I can do this. So, and one good thing about this is that you're going to have a lot more patience, more than ever. So I think it's actually a brilliant energy, especially with the Page of Wands, which is about dreams. It's also, because the Wands, the page is like the young person in the tarot. It's like the baby, but it's also really willing to get out there. And it's a case of like not really thinking, I'll just do it. And also because it's Wands, which is fire, which is energy, which is vitality. This card is really great for this. So it's really showing that, anything that you're actually wishing for, it can come true. We have to be really mindful as well, because, we can go too far. We can push ourselves too far and after just regret that we've done this. So, and also Saturn is the taskmaster. And with the sun being there, it's like, go for it. And the Saturn's like, yeah, let's go for it. But, just calm down. And even with the Page of Wands, it's saying more or less the same message. So a lot of harnessing skills. I feel that a lot of us are going to be, having that energy and vitality to move forward. Nothing can hinder us in any way. We have a lot of self-confidence, a lot of, it's like a baby just discovering. So, the Page of Wands is just showing us really go for it. And also just really listen out, look, think before you act and speak, because things can really come at once, and we may want to do it all, which can actually burn out our energy. But yeah, the Page of Wands is saying really go for it, guys. The second we have, because so this was Tuesday 11th, Wednesday the 12th, we have two planet messages for Mars, who squares Neptune, and Mercury opposed Jupiter. So let's go for Mars squares Neptune with the Queen of Pentacles, guys. Queen of Pentacles, not ramping at all, not ramping. So, but she's going to be giving us little grounded messages as well. So, whenever Mars squares Neptune, it's never easy, guys. It's never easy. We have Mars, which is in Gemini for a very long time, and it's going to go retrograde. Whenever because these two energies are not the easiest, they're mutable. It's in terms of like our energy, it can ebb and flow. It really can ebb and flow. There can also be, this energy does seem very crazy, very it's not very grounded. That's one of the reasons why I love the fact that the Queen of Pentacles is giving us a great message for this. So yes, there can be a lot of some of us feeling uncomfortable, because we are, in terms of our intuition, it may not be very clear. We could be thinking things that's actually not the truth, and we could be feeling, and vice versa. So that I feel that a lot of gossip, there could be a lot of gossip happening here, and some of it may not be true. There could also be a lot of drama when it comes to like relationships, business, or personal. There could also be like I said, gossip. Just be very mindful of people offering you things, because some of it may seem too good to be true. And it could be some paranoia. We could feel quite paranoid and feel it like hypochondriac, crazy energy. The energy, like I said, it will ebb and flow. But yeah, I do feel, because Mars being in Gemini, because Gemini rules like the third house, which is communication, and I do feel this is very strongly at work. I feel that some of us have to be very mindful of what we hear and what we're saying back and replying back, because this energy can cause a lot of hurt. It can cause a lot of things, misinformation, miscommunication, and even on social media as well. Try not to believe all what you hear. Try to go to like really your best resources. So what can we do for this? Well, we can be creative. Okay, the Mars energy will drive us to, instead of like, because I feel a lot of gossip is happening here. So what this can do is make us work hard, or push ourselves, or just want to create into something creative or something very spiritual. It will actually be beneficial. Like I said, when the energy ebbs and flows, we might not want to be doing any like high intensity work. We might want to take it slow, doing yoga, meditation, stretching, dynamic stretching, eccentrics. Because this can actually clear our energy. It can actually help ground us, because this energy is not very grounding at all. So even with the Queen of Pentacles, she's showing about trying to remain grounded, keeping like our friends and our family close to us. Even don't be afraid to just take time out for yourself, especially at work, having that alone time, keeping yourself to yourself. Whatever you hear, try not to relay it back. I'm saying this for myself as well, guys. But also anything that comes, just try to remain grounded. Keep more or less like this Queen of Pentacles saying, like, sort of like keep your eye on the prize. Try not to get distracted by anything, because this is like a Capricorn card. And one of the reasons why Capricorns actually make it is because they are constantly they're very ambitious, and this card is very much an ambitious card. It's just and it's not constantly, but just keep your eye on the main goal. So if you are really concentrating on your relationship, do that. If you're concentrating on making money, do that. If you're concentrating on doing something creative, you're concentrating on grounding yourself, really do that. So this is a great message from the Queen of Pentacles, just to remain focused on anything and not try to get too distracted on anything else. So yes, so Wednesday gets crazy. We also have on that day where is it? We also have Mercury opposes Jupiter. Mercury in Libra opposes Jupiter. And what this can bring is us having really great ideas. So it's two energies we're working with, okay? So Wednesday may be, things may be very up in the air on Wednesday. So Mercury opposes Jupiter. It does bring, and remember Jupiter's retrograde, so it can bring us to coming back to things, coming back to ideas, and coming back to us. If we're not feeling very sociable or good communication, if we're feeling a bit down, we can have that sort of like a ching moment of, oh, this is what I like to do, so this is how I felt when I did it. Like the mind could just remember certain things and it could boost our what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's great for that. But remember, because it's retrograde is that things coming back. Also, we may take on too much and just forget that we are overestimating, we are overdoing things. So, and Jupiter rules is quite preachy, so we could be saying things again to someone or some people, and it's like, yeah, I know that already, you've taught me that already. But this is also great to be going back to like a course, going back to relearning, going back to do something high learning, something that is very constructive, but try not to do too much things. We also got the Three of Pentacles, which is actually going to be helping us as well. So yeah, this is great for writing, debating, public speaking, also refining any type of skills as well. But really know what you're talking about, because people can come to you and go, are you sure that's the truth? And it's to do with across the board, to with law, politics, publishing, all of these types of things. Just be mindful of what you're writing and what you're putting out there, because it could be too great, too over optimistic, and it comes back, it's not the truth. So this energy is not really bad, it's just that it's just not very grounding. Again, it's not very grounding. So yeah, but again, I do feel the optimism, it can bring things as well. It can bring something out of the blue, but we have to just be a little bit mindful that we're not being too over optimistic. And it's not that over optimistic, just being mindful that we're not being, whatever we're doing, it has to make sense, because we could be thinking, oh, it will work, but what's the plan? No, we don't need no plan, it can work, that type of thing. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is a great grounding, and also a great sounding card. This card is about us planning carefully as well, and because it's Pentacles, this is about finances. So if you're going to be doing anything financial, just be careful. Just be just be careful. I feel that with this energy, because Mercury also rules contracts, and it's a business sign. It's a business planet. So there could be some contracts that we're signing. Read the small print. Be very mindful. And this card is also calling us that it's not going to be easy for us to be very logical, but try to have like grounded people around you who can help you. Don't forget to ask for help if you need it as well. This card is asking us to really listen to our head, and not our heart, but like our head is going to be our great sounding board as well. So focus, like the Queen of Pentacles, focus on the positives, but the goal, focusing on the end goal will be key. And yes, just be mindful of what you're signing. That's what my mind is coming to. Just be really mindful, because things can go a different way if we're not slowing down, if we're not keeping our 2 feet on the ground. So yes, that's the grounded energy from the Three of Pentacles. So the last planet message that we have on the 14th is what Venus trine Saturn. So Venus trining Saturn is great for, and with Saturn being involved with the Libra, it's great for commitment. I will not be surprised, guys, if I saw a lot of people committing, proposing marriage, partnerships actually start to go well, contracts even start to go well as well. I feel that a lot of people will really benefit if we're just being a bit more open how we are with our emotions. It doesn't have to be very sentimental. It's just like communicating your truth, communicating your real thoughts. And if you are in a long-term relationship, things actually can go well. Like, having those date nights, having that open communication, dressing up, visiting something that could be quite old school, visiting places that you used to visit as well. I feel that family can really come together too. And some of you could also be aligning yourself with certain people that can benefit you. This is a great time to be going on social, being very social, talking, going to parties as well, or dinner dates, visiting nice restaurants. Some of these restaurants can be very old school. It can be there could be a lot of history about it. If you're single, you can meet someone there. And also, this is great for, meeting of the minds. Really great for meeting of the minds. And also creativity. You could create some beautiful work now. Really create some beautiful work. If any of you are if you draw, you could be drawing like old school buildings and writing about love, how it used to be back in the day. And if you are buying anything, it's most likely to be what you actually need. It's not necessarily just for fashion. It's like, this is what I actually need. This is what I actually feel comfortable in. So it's like vintage jewelry, going to vintage shops, going to charity shops, and just picking out pieces from history, from the past, but they're beautiful still. They have a story to tell. So it's very much long term. Even if you're investing, investments can go really well. Again, I do feel that old school people, like your elders, can really help as well. So really listen to them. But yeah, I feel that investments in business definitely can go well. So the card that we have for this is the Knight of Cups. And it just really goes with what the Knight of Cups, it just actually goes with more or less what we are talking about with the Venus trine Saturn, because the Cups cards is about our emotions. But it's, again, we're visiting a young energy, a bit like, but this is about messages, this is about communication, this is about talking, but this is about revealing of our deepest thoughts, revealing of our deepest emotions. So, it's a time where we're going to have to sort of like break down anything, break down barriers, I'm just feeling really that we can hear a lot more now. We can hear a lot more messages. We can hear a lot more, because the Knight is like a quest. So if you are on a journey or a quest to be getting what you want, getting who you want, or even spending what you want, now is a time. But emotionally, we're going to be feeling, we're going to be drawn to this. Again, I feel that because this is about communication as well, it could be more communication of opening up our hearts, but mostly opening up our minds, because this is about mind. This is very much about mind journey. There's going to be, of course, there might be some resistance, because Saturn is very controlled. But it's like, it feels uncomfortable for me to say this, but I'm going to actually say it. Or some of us could be hearing from someone. It could be a friend, or people, like a friend, or it could be an ex. But I just feel that, especially with the Knight of Cups, it's like people are just going to be a bit more socially and more mentally more open. And more open also means is opening up to different points of view, opening up to how someone is, so that we can not be like them, but understand their way of thinking, their way of being. So yeah, Knight of Cups is like, let's talk, let's communicate, let's really do this. So it's all good. And also, it does feel like it's going to be something fresh, something brand new could also be started, like a brand new type of open up of like a discussion that never has been discussed. Okay, so yes, that is my 2 cents worth with these tarot cards and the planet messages. And yeah, guys, that was the weekly for this week, for the 10th to the 17th to the 16th of October. So guys, like I said before, it's moving, things are getting very, very fast. Another thing I think that, I think I did say one of the reasons why I think it is because that we're moving into eclipse season. So it actually does make sense. It's like eclipse, the solar eclipse actually wants to be here now. Let's do it quickly. So yeah, some of you can actually find this week quite a little bit more life-changing. Some of you could also find that you're feeling a lot of like the eclipse energy as well. So yeah, guys, that was this weekly's tarot. And feel free to let me know how it's gone for you this week. Voice message. Check out my YouTube. I've put up the October for all of the signs. I've also put up the other videos with the full moons and other ones. Really check it out, guys. And feel free to also leave messages and follow me on social media. So guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.